tyranny, if they are frustrated with oppressors, and you decide to say no, and you are killed, say help will come. And Nigerians must take advantage of this. Nigerians must take advantage of this, alongside with Biafra. This is time to heed the streets. This time to do the same thing the others are doing. It's not a crime. It's your right to stand up to oppressors, to say no to oppressors, to question them, to be on the streets, because it is your right. And if you believe that fear has ruled too long, Nigerians, I'm talking, if you believe fear has ruled too long, why not say yes?
This is
why not say yes? And if you believe that your dignity is worth sacrifice, why not say yes?
Trump is waiting for you to say yes.
And when we are calling on you to rise up, and this is the time, what do we really mean? We are calling on you to rise up and take your destiny in your hands. Stop believing that nothing will change. Stop believing the lies that you should just survive. Stop believing the lies that this is Africa. And I want us to be absolutely clear, because clarity will protect any movement. Rising up does not mean terror. When you are protesting, does not mean you are terror. Like the terrorists. I mean the terrorists in power will always want to tag you because you are on the street, because you are saying no. So the terrorists will now call you a terrorist. It does not mean chaos, no. It does not mean ethnic violence. It does not mean blind rage, blind anger. And this is how tyranny discredits legitimate struggle. Tyranny will discredit your protest. They will call it chaos. They will call it terror. They will call it ethnic violence. They will call it blind rage. But those are the lies. Rising up means collective refusal to lie. When you collectively rise up and say no to the oppressor begins to shake. This is the time. It means collective refusal to fear. There should be this collective refusal, regardless of your tribe. Nigerians, you have suffered so long. For us Biafrans, we are out of the system. We are out of Nigeria. We have a government today, and we have already made a lot of inroads in the United States, Congress and the government. But there is no attempt at all to free yourself. No attempt. Killings are going on everywhere. In Benue, in Borno, in Kaduna, in Plateau. Kidnapping everywhere. And there is no attempt at all. Nobody is making any attempt to free themselves. All we hear is campaign 2027. How long will you continue to suffer? How long will they continue to kill you? Iranians have shown you example that you can do it. You can do it, and the help will come. So you must collectively refuse to fear. You must rise up collectively and refuse the lies that you are being told. You must collectively refuse to be complicit with tyranny. What you have in Nigeria is purely tyranny. And remaining silent is being complicit. You are fueling it. You are giving them more strength and more power. And you must collectively refuse to cooperate with injustice. We Biafrans have suffered injustice. We know what it is. Today, our leader is unjustly imprisoned in Sokoto. We know what injustice means. We have suffered it. We have lived in it. We have passed through it. Our grandfathers have passed through it. They have lived in it. And we know what it is. So you must cooperatively agree and collectively say no to injustice. When you're talking about rising up, we're talking about collectively insisting on your dignity. And no regime rules alone. No regime rules alone. It rules because millions quietly comply. Every regime you see, terrorist regime, tyranny, it is just because millions quietly comply. Millions quietly said, kept silent. Millions quietly said nothing. That's how they succeed. That's how they succeed. Unity does not mean everyone must agree in the future. We are not saying that as Biafra, we are talking about independence. We are not saying you must talk about, you can have your Nigeria. But the point is, this is the time to collectively rise up and say no to tyranny. This is the time to rise up and say no to tyranny. So, the area we must agree, we must insist on justice, fairness, equity, dignity, accountability, and non-violence in this call for protest, which for the first time, we are saying we can do it together. For the first time, we are saying we can do it together. We are saying we can do it together. We are calling on you, Benue people. You have suffered a lot. The Taraba people, you have suffered a lot. Those of you in the middle belt. J1HADIST said it clearly on the video I played, which I'm going to play again. He said, if you are depending on the military to protect, he said you will all die one by one. And I wonder if you don't listen to such a patriotic Nigeria who have served at the level of chief of staff of your military. I wonder who you are going to listen to. If you can't listen to people like Commander Kunle, who have served in your military intelligence at that level, who is telling you that sponsors of this, what you are suffering, the terrorists, the Boko Haram, they are serving in the government. They are in Nasoro, they are in the cabinet, they are in the Senate, they are in the House of Reps. So if you can't listen to this group of people, who else will you listen to? So the fire there must be a spark. This is the time for we are saying that we can do it together. For the first time. For the first time. For the first time. And in what is going on in Iran today, it's not everyone that will march, but everyone will have to do something. Everyone will have to do something. And some of the things everyone must do, not everyone will march. Everyone must speak. Everyone must share. Everyone must document. Everyone must organize. And everyone must refuse to be silent. Revolutions fail when they become an allied project. That's why I talk about hijacking the revolution. When you just change hands and you don't have structure, accountability, then we are what you started, like what happened in October 20, when there was this killing in toll gate. What we are saying is every system, especially oppressive ones, runs on three basic pillars. Every system like Nigeria, like Iran, oppressive, tyrannic, they run on three basic pillars. One is labor, one is money, and one is legitimacy. Take away any of these three, and the system begins to weaken. Take away all three, and it cannot stand. Labor is the engine. When workers, professors, professionals, not professors, when workers, professionals, students, and everyday people withhold their labor, the machinery of control slows down. When we Biafrans, because of the tyrannic nature of Nigeria, started to sit at home, you guys were laughing at us. You guys thought we didn't know what we were doing. But today, it has paid off. So when workers and professionals and students and everyday people withhold their labor, the machinery of control of the state begins to slow down. Another thing that money is the bloodstream. Think of any system, government, operation, or institution as a lively body, just as a body needs blood to function. These systems need money to operate. Salaries, procurement, programs, enforcement, and projects all require financial flow. Without money, the system struggles to function. So, in this project, in this protest, it is going to hit the tyranny so hard because the eyes of the international community is focused on Nigeria today. Donald Trump is looking at Nigeria. Any protest today will attract international attention. And Iran will soon be free. And Nigerians will continue to be in bondage. For us, Biafrans, we're already free. We're already free. But we are speaking to you, Nigerians, because it can never get better. It can never get better. It will rather continue to be worse until eventually you are Islamized, until eventually you are Fulanized. It can never get better. It can never. It can never. It can never. So it is time to rise up. Take after the Iranian Revolution. They are almost done. They're almost done. Very soon you are going to see a new Iran. And like the slogan goes, Iran shall be great again. Whereas Nigeria will keep sliding downwards until it disappears and collapses upon those who remain there. That will be a very colossal destruction. So how can you continue to be quiet? You are seeing a system that was more satanic. But today, the people have taken back their power. People just woke up and realized that power belongs to them. And Benuanians are keep on crying. You keep on crying. Keep on depending on the military. Keep on killing, depending on those who are killing you. You keep on calling on those that are behind what is happening to you. It's time to organize yourselves. It's time to form groups. It's time to say no, regardless of what. Regardless of what. So what you are seeing in Iran is not by allies. These are market women, these are professionals, these are drivers, these are carpenters, these are street people, people of different walks of life, coming out to say, no, we are taking back our country. And today, there is a voice saying, I am coming to assist you. And I can assure you that Iraq will never be the same. But Nigeria is sliding further and further and deeper into destruction. You are talking of 227? That's a mirage. That's a mirage. Nigeria will not survive till 2027. That's next year. It will not. Before that election, Nigeria would have been gone. And a lot of people will go down for it. So this is the time to rise up and save yourself and save your children. Because these people are so terrible, so wicked, so heartless, that they will prefer you perish than for them to relinquish power. They are not willing. They are not willing for a change. So those of you who have been activists, who have been calling for protests, who have been, this is the time for you to lend your voice and wake up, because help will come. Help will come. And those of you who think that the strike, the terrorists have stopped, you are wasting your time, because more strikes are coming. But as long as they keep on killing, and they will never see, but that is in their DNA. It's in their DNA. Either they die for in the killing, the Allah will accept them, or they kill, whichever way. So you can't stop them. You can't stop them. So it can never be better. It can never be better. If it were to be better, why engaging taxpayers' money of $9 million? $9 million to hire lobbyists to cover atrocities, to hire lobbyists to cover genocide, to hire lobbyists to tell lies, to hire lobbyists to cover the evils that are going on in Nigeria. That shows you that they are not prepared to change. They are prepared to slaughter more. They are prepared to kill you more. See why Danjuma said you will all die one by one. And we Biafrans say, no, we cannot be allowed to kill. We can't give ourselves to be killed anymore. Never again. Never again. Never again.
Never again. Everybody say never again.
You have only one option. One option is to rise up. And the time is now. And the time is now. When you are united and organized, you can disrupt the system without firing a shot in a peaceful protest. All you need is to organize yourself. All you need is collective action. The goal is strategic and targeted disruption, not total cessation of personal life. Collective action. Collective action. Iranian activists learned, if you don't tell your story, your oppressors will tell their story. That's what they learned. And that's one of the things that ignited the revolution. They learned that if you don't tell your story, their oppressors will continue to tell your story. So they turned their phones into printing presses. They turn videos and evidences, sharing it. And when this starts, let me assure you, the diaspora has a part to play. The struggle may be local, but the stage is global. Today, any struggle may be local, but the stage is global. And that's why the Iranian revolution is all over the place. It's no longer in the days when the stage is local and remain local. No. Today, the stage is local, but the struggle is local, but the stage is global. The eyes of Washington is watching. The diaspora has their roles when this starts. Those living abroad have very vital roles to play. If any protest sparks off in Nigeria today, they have a very vital role to play. Just like the Iranians that are outside are playing very vital. They are active players in shaping change at home. And that's why I want to salute the Biafran Republic government in exile, who are shaping, actively shaping and directing and leading the affairs of Biafrans from exile. Under the leadership of the Prime Minister, His Excellency, Honorable Oge Nkere, with bringing lobbies, whom I call Mazi Ogbefi Elia, who are actively engaging U.S. government. They have held several fruitful meetings and discussions with United States congressmen. The roles of the diaspora are powerful and cannot be underrated. If you can spark off today, Nigerians, any protest, the diaspora can use international media to highlight the injustice. Once you start, those who are sympathetic with you, with your cause, Nigerians who are living abroad, who are sympathetic with your cause, will highlight the injustice that will spark off the revolution or the protest by telling the story at a global audience. They amplify voices that might be silenced at home. They might try to silence you at home, but they will amplify your voices. And this will put pressure on the oppressive system to respond. It's not like before. When you protest, the army just roll out in their camp. This time around, if you can summon the courage to rise up, I can assure you, those outside the shores of Nigeria will become advocates. To advocate and influence decision makers, governments and the international community, to act and support your cause. Just like it's happening in Iran today, you can see what is going on. US have taken it up as a cause to fight for. So you cannot continue to suffer and be smiling. When the fella said it? This many years ago. So this has been a repeated pattern of living in Nigeria. So those of you thinking that it can never be better, it can never be better. It can never be better. Nigeria will keep on sliding. You see the worst kind, and it cannot survive it. So today is the day to rise up. If you meant well for yourself, for your children, and for your unborn generation, you must rise up to say no. You must rise up to say no. You must rise up to say no. Many Nigerians seek reform, they seek restructuring, they seek renewal. These paths are not identical. The paths, what we are looking for is not the same thing we are looking for. Those of you Nigerians, you are talking of you want to reform, you want to restructure, you want to renew. Fine, that's okay for you. But we Biafrans, purely, our case is different. Our case is different. Our case is purely self-determination, non-negotiable. But you cannot continue to live under that bondage. You must extricate yourself. Whether you want a change of government, whatever you want, but you must do something about it. For us, it's self-determination, it's sovereignty, it's purely getting out of the contraction called Nigeria. So we are saying that this is the time, at least for once, let there be a combined protest. But if you are not willing, we are the suffer going to suffer the most, because for us, we have already we have a government and have a system. Our path to freedom is almost done with. But we are saying that we can't also be free and continue to have a hostile neighbors. So it is your own best interest that you also free yourself, even if you want to be within Nigeria, but free yourself. A system that survives by fear, force, and division is a dangerous system which nobody should tolerate. I will stop here. Then, if anybody wants to speak, you can speak before I continue. But I have spoken at length. I've tried to outline the fears of Nigerians and the situation they find themselves.
Keep sharing, keep sharing.
Some of them are common situations we also found ourselves. But today, through great courageous leaders who have charted pathway for us, we are waking up, we have said no, and we have taken decision that is irrevocable, that is non-negotiable, that only freedom will save us. And freedom we must get. This freedom is not freedom within Nigeria. It's freedom independent of Nigeria. Self-determination, sovereignty, and nothing less than that. Those of you who are still in Nigeria, this is not a prophecy. But if you call it a prophecy, so be it. Let me tell you and warn you, we are going to face a very, very, very difficult time. And by then, it will be too late. By then, it will be too late. Even the Nigerian government today know very clearly that Biafrans have gone. They know that they have lost it when it comes to Biafra. There is no doubt about it. Tinubu knows it. The military knows it. Musa knows it. Nigerian police knows it. It is very clear to them that they have lost Biafra. There's no doubt about it. Today they are spending $9 million to lie. $9 million to cover truth, which is impossible. $9 million to say there is no genocide when there is genocide. $9 million to say no to those House congressmen who have visited Nigeria and have seen with their own eyes. They saw, they heard, they were here alive. And we are paying $9 million. When a nation is paying $9 million only just to tell a lie, the person you are dealing with knows that you have failed. Just like Donald Trump called you disgraced nation. That's who you are. And those of you who still claim to be Nigerians, what a shame. And if you are here today in this space, I say, what a shame. And I would like you to indicate, and we'll be given the opportunity to speak. I repeat, what a shame. Because what is going to face you is going to be very, very disastrous. Unless you wake up now, because the tyranny is already weak. Due to what is happening in Iran, the tyranny in Nigeria is already weak. They're already frightened. And if you don't take this advantage today, if you don't take advantage now that there is a momentum, that Iran is about to be free, and the whole world is expecting you to also be free, if you don't take this advantage, then you will get so trapped that you cannot be able to get out of it. It can never get better with Nigeria. There is no sign, there's no effort. That human says you will all die one by one. We will all die one by one. So before I go into now or never, I would like to, those who want to speak, it's an opportunity for you to speak. Nigerians,
I
remind you again,
share him so that we will start a new
you are
one.
here, feel free to speak.
Go and grab
This
the mic.
is the time to rise up.
Share this to all what's
All
happening.
liberation.
That's why we are cutting
Particularly,
it.
I want to call on the Benue people.
If you are hearing my voice,
I want to call on the
give me a thumb up.
I want to call on Southern Kaduna people. You were the one that fought the Civil War, not the Fulanis. You were the one that fought the Civil War, the Biafran genocide. How come you have just lost your courage to defend yourself? It was when it was Igbos, you had courage. You had courage. But how come when it is now affecting you, where is your courage? Yes, it was the Igbos, so we can as fine. We can question how come you were able, you did what you did. But now it is affecting you. Where is your courage? Where is your courage? Organize yourselves. The world is waiting for you. And if you lose this opportunity, it will never come again. History always opens windows just for a short time. And after that, that window closes. And before it opens again, it will take a century. It will take a century. I am so passionate about what I'm saying. So I will stop here.
Okay, can I take it up from here, sir? Am I coming out? Can anybody hear me?
Let the co-host.
Let's go.
Okay.
According to how